Hello and welcome to Farthest Frontier. Well, the game's in early access and there has actually been some bug fixes and performance tweaks done since the last video I released. There's been other changes, but nothing major. I mean, some of the changes will only take effect if you're starting a new map. We're on an existing map and there hasn't been anything so radical done to justify just binning this and starting again. So for me, it's mostly just going to be the tweaks that they've done for the fixing bugs and that sort of stuff that are going to apply. But anyway, where we're at is we're about 27 of potentially 40 people. I really could do with more people because I'm struggling to find enough people to do the labour work, and they are really important. We got as far last time as getting our actual market going here down here, the actual trading post, and then we're in the process of building a soap shop because of disease. That's a big problem I've been having, and I'm also getting them to build this wagon shop because at some point you can actually start building like construction yards, and they're quite useful where you can just centralize, gathering of stone in one place, trees and that sort of stuff. And what these folks will do is they'll go out and gather that and bring it back to the local storage for you if you want. So what I want to focus on actually is really trying to get more people in here. Now I'm looking at the sea, there's not enough sort of food. I mean, that should improve. We've got another field coming on stream at some point, but it's just a shortage of people. So I'm just looking at, like, if I look at the desirability, it's at a relatively low compared to what I need. I want this up to, let's see, it needs to be up to about 30%. So I need things to try and cheer people up, basically, make these houses more desirable. Now, one thing I can do is I can build the healer's house, the pub. That would do that as well, but they've moved it out to tier 3 now. So I've got things like the healer's house I can put in as a school, which would be useful. And yeah, the rat catcher is the other thing we can build, but it's not something that improves the desirability. So at this stage, it does have a monthly cost of about 20 gold. And we're not actually making our own gold. I mean, at the moment, I'm relying on the actual trading post down here. I've got these little apiaries being built because what we'll get out of these is honey, for example. And when I was looking at some of the earlier patch notes, these don't actually spoil anymore. They used to in the early playthrough, but they don't now. In which case, that's something I could potentially sell. And actually, that's something they have been tweaking apparently within the trading as well, in terms of, the amount of traders you get, the frequency of the trading, but also some of the goods you get. I think because one of the big problems, I've probably mentioned it before, is the heavy tools. That can be a big problem because you're really relying on the traders to bring you that to at least get started when you're getting into like the higher tiers. Anyway, what I really want to do is get this healer's built. Doesn't really matter which way around I put it, I suppose. I'm just trying to find out which direction that arrow goes. I think I'll just put that there for now. I mean, that's a good thing I like about the game is you can move things around if you want at a later date. You can literally get them to take the building down and then they'll rebuild it somewhere else. Another thing I'll do is, while I'm at it, the school costs money up front, but it doesn't cost anything for the ongoing costs, so I may as well put that in as well. Trouble is, I mean, we've got a shortage here because of we need a lot of planks to build these sort of things. I mean, that needs another 30 planks, that needs another 50. That needs 33, that needs 40, so pretty much just relying on our soap pit to get everything going. I'm just trying to think what else we could do. I mean, I could, speed the game up a bit. Oh, hold on, having sped that up, we've now got a merchant showed up. Right, okay. Let's have a look. So I'm not seeing anything there. mean, we could sell some of the logs off, but I really need logs. I mean, I've only got 145, but having... Well, they're going for the same price. There's not a... If you look at these offerings over here, you can see that these... We could have sold iron ore, for example, off at a higher price than normal. You could have... You know, if we wanted to sell our candles, they would be worth less than they're normally worth. So I do quite like that you can actually get this kind of mechanic going where you can actually make a bit of a profit actually through this. So not just by selling things off, but by actually buying things at a cheaper price and selling them off to somebody else at a higher. It's going to be quite interesting trying to play that. So I think I might just wait until more of these traders turn up, because I do now get notifications, which I quite like. That's definitely an improvement. So let's see. So that right. So that's the fishing shack. So at least I know I'm getting food there. So right, we're into season 1 for that. So we've got beans and peas over there. We've got. So they're just. Yeah, that's a new one. So I'm just trying to see what I can do to clear that one. That one needs a lot of work. It looks like they'll do a certain amount of work in one field and then they'll move on to another. That's something I'm still trying to get my head around, this where it's saying there's nowhere to store things. It doesn't give me details of what though. It doesn't specifically say what it is. So that's up to 972. So there's plenty of storage there. About food, that's a thought. Have I got a... Because the market will store certain things. So that's not full. Yes, there's our root cellar over there. Unless it's a case of somebody's producing something. Yeah, they're complaining of water. I'm just trying to have a look around to see if there's anybody in particular. Because potentially they'll have a certain amount of produce and they'll have to take it. So like they produce fish. And I'd expect that, well, that's their local storage. That's what they've produced in the last year. And there's a lot of fish over there. So I must admit I'm quite puzzled as to who is the one that's got the storage issue. It would be useful if it, as I say, if it gave you a bit more detail as to who's got the problem. Anyway, so I'm just having a look. That's the fertility. So there's G. Right, so there's our water overlay. So where's the nearest? I'm not seeing any well. I would have thought I would have built a well by now. That is very odd. Why? Why have I not built a well? I mean, that's kind of dumb. Okay, let's turn that off. I mean, they definitely need water anyway. So that'll come under resources. So put that overlay back again. Well, you get the overlay as soon as you try to build one of these anyway. Ah, so there's a water well there then. So maybe it's just because it's a case of it's too far to go. I can't be bothered. One thing I have to bear in mind is that these buildings also catch fire, so there's a bit of an incentive to build these close to buildings as well. So I might put one down here, so it's just a bit closer for these. But I mean, that's going to get me about 46%. Well, there's a well over there. Now I am getting confused. That's about 48%. Again, maybe it's just maybe it's a distance thing or something. Because I mean, you look at the storage; it'll tell you how much water's stored there. So there's 250 water there, but they're complaining. It's like all it's saying is, well, build a well nearby. Trouble is, where they're at isn't particularly good. Now, on curiosity, yeah, they don't actually store any water here. I know these used to store water as far as I recall. Or is it the root cell that does it? Ah, it's the stockyard stores it. So, might be an incentive, because one of the things they do is when buildings catch fire, they all suddenly rush out and start to grab water to try and put fires out. So once you end up with all this spare water lying around, it usually ends up clogging up your storage. Interesting. So I think I'll put that one over there just for the sake of getting it going, because that's a big problem that we're going to keep complaining of water. I mean, the typhoid. Okay, so that's part of the reason. Well, it's the main reason why I want the healer, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, we're not. So there is a bit of waste there. I mean, there's the waste collector over there, the compost yard. So they're. I mean, that's them down there. So they are collecting stuff. So yeah, it's going to be typhoid again, isn't it? We've got 2 people have joined, so that's useful. Just out of curiosity, I mean, I haven't gotten any more notifications of trade as I thought I might, but I'm just keeping an eye on that because they've been tweaking that a bit. So they're busy doing. Now that's a thought. We don't have any clay. Can you actually put that overlay back? We go to resources, so that's tricky. That's part of the reason why I want the wagon shop. Okay, so yeah, that's part of the reason why I need that wagon shop, because once that's unlocked, it unlocks other buildings, so I'm going to have to get them to prioritise that. Because I need the clay here. I didn't realise I need clay to be able to build that. Just curiosity, we have a look at our resources. So this is what we've got at the minute. So clay bricks. So no clay. So looks like the trader's actually gone. I was going to actually have a quick peek and see if they've got clay to sell, but it seems not. Still curious as to what this is, though. It's not. It would be useful, like if it literally told you, well, what exactly is it that they can't store? Right, so they're busy. Right, so they've done our apiaries now, and these do get looked after by the farmers, and they will get better because they're improved based on, you know, how close they are fields. What's that tell me? Nothing. Details. Nothing. Okay. So they're busy in their field. Nobody can be bothered to build that field. Probably because there's not enough, that's why. We'll go to the professions. Now somebody's not well. So if I drop that person and bring a third person back. Yeah, it's because 2 people aren't well. So I definitely need more people. Interesting, somebody dropped a bucket of water down there. So at least they're busy taking. Oh no. So one person got cured somehow. and one person's feeling worse. So, so we need another 27 planks. I mean, I could do with putting more people in here, but I'm just bothered by the food levels. So that's one way to get more people. I mean, I've got 2 people with typhoid, and we've got food that's spoiled, some berries. Oh, I like that. They've now got little wagons, little carts to move things around with. I did at some point see, because there's a basket shop, you can give your labourers baskets, for example, and they can use those to carry more things. But it looks like some of them have actually got little wagons. So yeah, so he's a labourer, so he's off chopping trees down at the minute and helping out. So I'm very much curious to see what these different people do, because it varies depending on different games have people do different things. I'm trying to remember, was it Forest Village, I think it was, where some of the builders would double up as labourers, or I think it was a case of another people. I think anybody who had a profession, they would stop, if they had nothing to do, they would actually help out during the labouring. And the labouring usually involves taking things to buildings, whereas I think with this game it's very specific. It's usually the builders that do that, which is a bit unusual, I'm finding. Oh dear, somebody's died of typhoid. So hold on a tick. So this one's storing wood and stone. I suppose that's probably because it's that would go in there, wouldn't it? Okay. So he's a builder. Wildar's a builder. So he's gone. He went off to get some planks. Yeah, so these 2 look like they're builders. So although they're builders, they don't just actually do the building. Now that's interesting. So he's right. So although he's a builder, he didn't have actually anything to do, so he basically turned himself into a labourer, so that he could go off and chop the trees down. But then it's a case of, I've got other things to do, and he's back to being a builder again. At least it looked like he was going to do that. It's a bit odd, almost, that I'm finding. Right, looks like we're going to get our wagon shop built. So they're going to produce, so there's, out of a possible 2, we've only got 1 person in there at the minute, but it's a number of people that's got me bothered. So we're down to only 2 labourers. I'd rather have more labourers than builders. So the fisherman's not well, so I'll swap them out. Yeah, it's kind of difficult, I suppose, to try to automate something like this. So she's a tanner. So where is... Okay, so he's our new Wainwright. So he's going to stock the shop. Ooh, an impending blizzard. That sounds bad. So the expectation is he's going to build a wagon. So he needs about 20 wooden planks. And then what he'll do is he'll start going out to places to get resources. But we don't actually have any yet. But the key thing is, we've now opened up all this sort of stuff. I can't get any further with these 2 without having some clay. So I need to find a clay pit around here somewhere. And the closer the better. What was that? That's a sand pit. There's plenty of iron around here. If I was a pit of clay, where would I be? Wow, I should have thought a bit more about this when I picked this, because this area, I'm not seeing any clay. I mean, I can start sending people out to do a bit of exploration, I must admit. I think I might have to do that, because that's a problem. If I can't find anybody selling clay as a trader, I'm goosed. Right, let's try and widen out the place and see if I can find some more possible areas. The only drawback with doing that is I run the risk of running into like wild animals. Right, so I'll just mark some areas just to widen this. Oh, there's some gold there. Ah, now that's a possibility. That's a possibility, because if I can get them to mine the gold, I can actually sell that gold. Actually, I don't want to go there because they're boars, so let's not go there. I don't want them running into boars. So I think we can... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the options. We could actually get a gold mine going. So that's sand, that's a gold mine, so it doesn't have to be literally right on. What quite... Oh, I didn't notice that. So if I grab a clay pit, it seems to highlight things as you get close. I wonder... No. I was thinking maybe it might do that if you're... Because you've got this sort of like, you know, this fog of war where you can't see anything. And I'm thinking, I wonder if I can get around the system. But no, you can't. There's an idea. Right, so what I'll do is I'll get them to build that here. So it doesn't really matter with this particular type of mine. It doesn't have to be literally right on top. The only trouble is it's going to spook the deer. I don't know if they'll actually pay any attention. I don't know if they actually do always pay attention to these paths anyway, to be fair. I think it helps, but I think they just like ignore it. That's something I need to be mindful of, is the fact that this place needs repairing. Now that is something that does usually get done by the actual labourers. Oh, we've got 3 more people, so that's a good thing. So we're up to 39 of a possible 40. I wonder if I can put a dirt road round that. No, it's too steep. No, it's not too bad. They're just leaving things. I like how they just leave things lying around. Eventually somebody will come along and actually start to pick these up. Yes, you can store it there. It's a sudden... Everybody's suddenly running. Maybe because the blizzard's finished or something, I don't know. That was bizarre, that. I like that. There's just this suddenly massive flood of people just suddenly came running out. It's like, okay, that's interesting. And that's a thought, actually. I'm just going to have a look at this honey. So it's not showing signs of a spoil time on it. We've got a lot of food. I'm just thinking of what to... I mean, I can't really Yeah, that needs 20, so if I can get them to prioritise that. Focus on that for now. What puzzles me, I think I've still somehow missed all of the actual traders that were coming through. Because I only saw one notification. It's kind of difficult, I must admit, while you're playing the game at the same time and recording it, but I'm still kind of stuck where I only saw one notification. But if we can get that built, they'll start producing, well, I say they, depends on how many people I've got left. Okay, so I can put some people in there. So I can actually sell that gold ore off, assuming, you know, the traders that come through, because the traders that you get, it's a case of they'll buy certain things and they'll sell certain things, but that's about it. Anyway, we're getting into spring and we've still got our honey just lying around on the floor for some strange reason. So we need another 18 planks to get that going. I mean, folks are chopping trees down left, right and centre. We've got no gold, which doesn't help at all. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to be paying for these, you know, these sort of things when you've got no gold in the first place. Right, so that's interesting. So there's a. It looks like you've got like a status bar there, which presumably once that status bar goes to the end, maybe that's where it disappears or something. But what's he willing to buy and sell? No, that's a thought. I could have sold sand as well. Because at this stage, I can't turn that gold ore into anything useful. But it's a case of, well, at least I can try and sell something off. So I've got about 200. I mean, we're going for normal rates. So, why not? I've got plenty of stones. Oh, wow. Yeah, stone's not a problem, so I may as well sell it off. And then I'll transfer that gold that I've made. So at least I've got some around to pay folks. So at some point they'll start stocking this up. And there you go, there's our 200 gold over there. So at this stage, really, until we can get like the tier 3, it's going to be a case of trying to buy and sell whatever I can through the actual trade. Now there's a sand pit, so that's another potential thing I can sell. So goal was to sell things like the honey, for example, but yeah, there's all sorts of different things we can try selling off. So, not too bad. I mean, we do need clay. I'm going to have to find out. I mean, he didn't have any options. Ha 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 ha. He does. He actually has clay. That nearly caught me out, that. Right, in which case, I am actually going to buy. So if I buy 100 clay off him. Now, I can buy and stock it, which means putting it into the actual, you know, just leaving it in the trading post. Or I can buy and transfer it, which means, well, someone will come along and actually put it out there into storage for us. And then the builders can actually start to use it. I'm glad I double checked that. So that means they can start getting on with building these. So I've got a reasonable surplus of gold to cover that. It's just going to be a case of waiting for them to get enough logs. I mean, if we've maxed out, I can't get any more people. I could do with more. Food's actually not as bad as I thought. But yeah, this is not bad, but I would really like to be able to get my own clay, to be honest. Looks like folks have been going out. It's not no sign of any clay. Yeah, no signs of any clay. Plenty of gold, so I suppose at this stage I'm going to be kind of relying, because when we start getting into the higher tiers, I mean, you need bricks. To make bricks you need clay. And that could be interesting if there is no clay deposits on this map, but we'll have to find out. Okay. Anyway, well, that's not too bad. So we're still needing to get our soap shop built. That's the priority at the moment, just simply because I want to be able to sell that gold ore off to make gold, to buy things through the market. Because there's all sorts of things, I mean, especially at this early stage. I mean, rather than me waiting for like people to make planks, I mean, I could potentially buy them off a trader. I mean, at the moment, this one, he'll only let me sell them to him, but I mean, we could buy herbs, or they're beans, herbs there, wheat, flour, candles, the clay that we just saw there. One thing I haven't seen is an option to sell arrows, because that's always been a pain for me. I usually end up with a Fletcher ends up producing tons and tons of arrows, just like way more than we need, and yet nobody wants to buy them for some strange reason. So you end up, and it just ends up like building up in the stockyards. So that's coming along and doing quite well. That they're mine. Looks like they're busy gathering stone. They're here to stock it. Oh, look at that! They just left it lying on the ground. Have a look in here. So now, we've now got our honey. Yeah, it doesn't tell you when they're going to spoil there. Just, I wonder if it'll tell me in here. No. Oh, there's a bear. No, not again. Oh, jeez Louise. Where are you, you butt-bag? Oh no, it's going to beat the place up. Right, where's our... You're a smoker. I don't need a smoker, I need a hunter. Right. Can you go and... like, give that bear a prod? Oh no, stop stealing my food. Everybody, run away. I'm going to have to play... Oh! Now the hut! I'm quite glad I built that now. Right, you better run. I don't care, you better run. It's a bear. For you... Right, you can go back down to there. There you go. That was a close call. So that probably took a bit of damage. Wow, 104 out of 200. So, yeah, there's always the potential that a hungry bear might come along. It's curious, can you go and gather that? Just stuck there waiting for command now. Do I have to leave you alone? Oh, there you go. So she's harvested that. Right, there you go. So somebody's brought along a load of stone and left it lying on the floor for some strange... Oh, that's probably because I got everybody to run away because of the bear. It's been doing quite a bit on that field over there. You have to thought with the new season, so... Weed levels, rocks, so I could probably do with changing that. So let's have a look what we've got going at the moment. These all need rethinking. If we take these out, so clear those out. So we've got some, I mean, I do want somebody there. I mean, I've got some peas and some beans, or is it the other way around? Yeah, we've got peas and beans, and we've got our clover, then our... So the carrots are tolerant to frost, so they'll do well in there. something that's good during the... I know, what I was thinking, it's a bit early to be doing wheat though, that's the trouble. I mean, I suppose there's no particular harm. I mean, so which one of these? So that doesn't get on well with frost. Neither does that one. That one's not too bad. So if I started off with clover, maybe. So that type of wheat's good for the heat. I mean, I'm kind of pushing it because if there's a really early cold spell. Could do it that way because I usually like alternate things, but I think I'll try that. So a bit extra clover to get that going. So there, that one I'll clear this one out as well. I'll do the same there. What I really want to be doing is alternating these though each year, so that it's like 1 year they're doing like one field does the peas and the beans, for example, while somebody else is doing the wheat. Just so you can keep everything, because as far as I recall, the wheat itself's fine for storage, but these are all just things to bear in mind as you've got to alternate. So I'll leave that one alone for now because they're busy with that. Right, so they're all getting on with these now. Oh wow, gold mine's now built. Great. So they'll start gathering gold. So they've produced 1 gold. Now what I'm curious to find, except for the fact that smokehouse is now... So they're full. Interesting, they're full. Surely they would just go and dump it into here. So where's our wagon? Or is he still building it? So he's busy building wagons. So he's got as far as the cow, but he hasn't got the actual wagon. Fair enough. So it looks like this is probably just going to stock up here. Yeah, at the moment the gold's just stocking up there. And until he gets this built... Yeah, because he's dependent on the wooden planks, so everything's dependent on these wooden planks. I'm kind of surprised we're like halfway through... We're almost halfway through the season already. I mean, I've got 2 people. I could put more people. Actually, speaking of more people, we're on 99 logs. We've got plenty of firewood. So firewood and logs as such aren't an issue. Let's have a look. See how many people we've got. Yeah, just not enough people. I mean, I could add more people in. I mean, its area of influence is right the way around here, and the plan is to start adding more houses down here. I mean, these are just berries which they're actually gathering, so well, you can always move your huts around and get them from somewhere else, but the plan really is to start building more houses down here. And so that's one of the things I like about this, is you can start building things, but you can just move the buildings later on somewhere else if you like. You just need to bear in mind that these ones are not getting fixed, and that's basically because they either need certain resources to fix them, or it's because there's just not enough labourers around to do the actual work. Anyway, I definitely need more people. That's something I can see. I mean, food-wise, we seem okay. So I think think that's probably something I need to start thinking about. I mean, these buildings are just going to take a while to build, so we're kind of stalling because we just don't have enough people. So I think that's what we need to be focusing on next, is getting more houses. But that's all for another episode.